Lupa nak buka kat YouTube. Ayah, patutlah. Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. Okay, so now, like usual, we're gonna test the mic, the camera, and then what else? The voice tak apalah kot. Saya boleh dengar suara saya, okay lah tu. What about the mic and the camera? Okay tak? Ada dengar bunyi yang pelik-pelik ke apa ke? Crystal clear ke? Biasa je ke? Ke ada dengar bunyi lain macam sikit? Okay. Alright. Good then. Okay, so basically today we are going to continue from last time. So last time we learned about the type of matrices. So today we are going to learn 4.2, which is the determinant of matrices. So today we are going to look at how to calculate the determinant for the 2 by 2 as well as a 3 by 3. But I think 2 by 2 will be quite okay because you have done them quite a lot, I think, during your high school level. Only 3 by 3, that one might be a bit new for you guys. Okay, never mind. Let us start then. Okay, so this is the second lecture out of 4. So that means by next week, we should be able to do 4.3 as well as 4.4 and then finish chapter 4. And then we are going to proceed with chapter 5. And don't forget, you have to submit your assignment next week, right? If I'm not mistaken, next week, 9 of September. Okay, next. Right, so today we are going to look at the determinant of matrices. So 4.2, determinant of matrices. Okay, so the learning outcome for today. Okay, so you have to define the minor and cofactor for M by M matrix. But of course, in our syllabus, we're simply gonna look at 3 by 3. And then find the determinant of a 3 by 3 using the cofactor expansion, and then find the determinant of a matrix by using basic properties. Okay, so we have basic properties and then we have cofactor expansion as well. Okay, so let us see. Determinant of matrices. Okay, so firstly, I should remind you about how to write down the determinant. Okay, so if you wrote down A with a square bracket like this, it simply means that A is a matrix. Or you just want to say that this is matrix A. But if you use this kind of modulus, that means you are calculating the determinant of A. Determinant of A. Okay, so those are two different things. So make sure jangan tertukar lah. Kalau kata determinant, mesti kena pakai garis yang panjang macam tu. Kalau kata if you are talking about matrix, then it should be a simple bracket. So simple bracket, those are for matrix. If you have those line, those are for determinant. So jangan confuse lah. Kadang-kadang nanti kan nampak soalan tiba-tiba je, yang ni sama dengan 3. Lepas tu dia tak tahu nak buat apa. So this is actually determinant of A. So what do they say is that determinant of A equal to 3. And then find out something. Okay, so done with this one, with this slide. Let us proceed with the next one. Okay, so determinant for a 2 by 2. So determinant we will build up from a 2 by 2 and then we will proceed with a 3 by 3. So let us do the 2 by 2 first. And once we're done with the 2 by 2, we are going to proceed with a 3 by 3. So in your syllabus, there are two things for determinant. So you either calculating the determinant for a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 3. Only these two. And by the way, both of them are actually square matrix. So that means you have the same number of rows and the same number of column. So the number of rows and column are the same. So determinant hanya untuk square saja. Okay, so consider A is A, B, C, D, then the determinant of A is equal to AB minus BC. Okay, so how to do AD minus BC? So A times with this, D, so A times D minus B multiply with C. So something that look like this, A times D, B times C. Okay, so now let us proceed to the example. Given that A is 2538, B is 3252, so find the determinant of A as well as determinant of AB. Okay, so actually in your lecture note, you have 4, right? So determinant of A, determinant of B, determinant of AB, and determinant of BA. But I don't think that I have enough time to do all. So that's the reason why I only choose 12, which is determinant of A as well as determinant of AB. But if let's say we have more time, and then I'll come back to this one, and then we're gonna do more if we have more time. Okay, so now given that A is 2538, so how do we calculate the determinant of A? Okay, so determinant of A, so use the straight line, determinant of A, so straight line for 2538, and then the formula for a 2 by 2 is A times with D minus B times with C, so AD minus BC. So that means we have 2 multiply with 8 minus with 5 multiply with 3. So 2 times 8 minus 5 times 3, so 2 times 8 is 16. 5 minus 5 times 3 is 15. So 16 minus 15. So it will be equal to 1. And then the second one, they want us to calculate magnitude, the determinant of AB. So that means you have to calculate what is AB first. Okay, so calculate AB. AB is 2538, 3252. Okay, and then we have to times them. Of course, you're going to do the row multiply with column. So row times with column. So first row, first column. So 2 times 3 plus 5 times 5. Ataupun kalau nak boleh buat yang macam ni lah. Tak apalah, saya tunjuklah satu. Just in case tak ingat kan. Okay, so 2, 5, 3, 8. And then this is 3, 5, 2, 2. Okay, so 2 times 3 plus 5 times 5. And then 3 times 3 plus 8 times 5. And then this one over here, 2 times 2 plus 5 times 2. And then 3 times 2 plus 8 times 2. Okay, so again, just in case you guys don't remember, so you take this number, you multiply with this, and then plus with this number, multiply with this for each corresponding box. So setiap box tu kena kira lah satu persatu. Okay, so the answer for A multiply with B, that is 31, 14, 49 as well as 22. Okay, so do correct me if there's something wrong with the calculation. Kalau tersalah apa-apa nanti inform . Mana dah tahu kadang-kadang tersasul. Okay, so that is AB. So now let us calculate the determinant for AB. Okay, so again, determinant for AB, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So again, I'm going to do A multiply with D minus B multiply with C. So AD minus with BC. So 31 multiply with 22 minus with 14 multiply with 49, which will give us the answer -4. Okay, so I think later on when we learn the properties, I might go to this question and then use the properties to calculate the determinant of AB. So nanti kalau dah sampai properties, saya patah balik kat sini lah. Sebenarnya kita boleh kira menggunakan properties. So I'll show you later on how. Okay, next. Right, so now after we have learned determinant of a 2 by 2, next we are going to proceed into a 3 by 3. But to start with the determinant for a 3 by 3, there are a few things that you should know. The first one, you should understand how to calculate the minor. Second, you should understand how to calculate the cofactor. Only after knowing what is minor and cofactor, then you can use the formula expansion of cofactors to calculate the determinant. Okay, so now let us see what is minor first. Okay, so minor is denoted by Mij. So basically, if the question asks for the minor matrix, you will have 9 minors. So Mij meaning that you will have M1, M12, M13, M21, M22, M23, and then M31, M32, M33. So if they ask for the minor matrix, you will have 9 inside here. Okay, so how to calculate the minor? Minor is actually a determinant after deleting the I row and j column. So that means if you are calculating M11, okay, up here then. Okay, M11, that means this is the determinant after deleting. Okay, so the first number over here stand for the row. So after deleting first row and the second number over there stand for the column. So first row and first column. Okay, so that is M11. So that means if let's say you have like M23, so that means this is the determinant after deleting the second row and third column. So do make sure to know the number element tu kan, kedudukan elemen tu. Ingat tak yang last time kita ada entries tu kan? 11, 12, 13. So similar thing over here. Except that we don't have A, we use M. So hari tu kita guna A untuk entry. So hari ni kita guna M lah untuk minor. Okay, tapi kedudukan dia sama sajalah macam hari tu. Okay, so if let's say you have M31. So M31, that means this is the determinant after we delete third row, first column. So make sure you know what is the number for the row and what is the number for the column. So row comes first, column second, row, column. Okay, so after we know how to calculate the minor, then we can proceed to cofactor. You must know how to calculate minor first before you can proceed to cofactor. Because cofactor Cij, that is actually equal to -1 to the power of I plus j Mij. So that means you need to know how to calculate the minor before you can get the cofactor. Okay, so just in case you couldn't see how to use the formula, let me choose one. Okay, so if let's say I have C13. So C13 is -1 to the power of 1 plus 3 M13. Okay, so -1 to the power of 1 plus 3. So this is 4. -1 to the power of 4, that will give you a positive 1. So that means C13 is actually equal to M13. And of course, if you need to calculate the cofactor matrix, again, you will have a big bracket. And then starting from C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, C32, C33. If you need to calculate the cofactor matrix, then it will be this matrix. So that means you have to calculate 9 times in order to get those matrix. Sebab dia kena kira satu persatu, so dia akan jadi panjang sikit lah kalau dia minta cofactor matrix. But if they ask for a specific row or specific column, then you don't really need to calculate everything. So dia boleh tengok lah soalan tu. Kalau soalan minta spesifik, tak payahlah kira semua. Tapi kalau dia minta cofactor matrix, maksudnya mesti kena ada 9 entries lah dalam tu. Okay, so after you know how to calculate the cofactor, then you can use the formula to calculate the determinant. Okay, so the determinant, this is actually the expansion of cofactors. So you can choose to expand any rows and any column. So choose either to expand along the first row, second row, third row, first column, second column, or third column. So any rows and any column will give you the same answer for the determinant. Mana-mana rows atau mana-mana column, kita akan dapat yang sama untuk determinant. Okay, so let me show you how to use that formula. Later on lah kot. Sekejap, tengok ada tak? Ada. Later on. Nanti masa nak masuk example 3 nanti. So later on, I'll show you how to use this formula. Okay, next. We are going to proceed to the example on how to calculate the minor as well as the cofactor. Okay, so let A equal to 1, 2, negative 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3. And then we have to find the minus for A11, A21, A12. Okay, so minus of A11. So that means you have to calculate what is M11. Minus of A21. So that means you need to calculate M21. And then minus of A12, meaning that M12. Okay, so now we have 3 minus that we need to calculate. Let me go to each of them. Okay, so M11. M11 is the determinant after deleting the first row and the first column. So look at this A over here. So yang ni boleh pakai pensel lah. Biasanya saya akan guna pensel. Okay, so make sure you delete first row, you delete first column. So delete them. Okay, delete first row, delete first column. So this is basically the matrix that you have to take the determinant of. So ambil determinant untuk matrix ni. Okay, so that means I have to find the determinant for 4, 2, 4, 3. Okay, so now this is a 2 by 2 matrix. We are going to use AD minus BC. Okay, so 4 times 3 minus 2 times 4. So 4 times 3, 12. 12 minus 8. So this is actually equal to 4. Okay, so that is M11. Let us proceed to the second one, M21. Okay, so now the first number is 2. So we are going to delete the second row. The second digit over here is 1. So that means I'm going to delete the first column. So second row, first column. Okay, so again, copy down the matrix, but this time delete second row, delete first column. Okay, so we have 2, negative 1, 4, 3. So you have to take this determinant. Okay, so take the determinant of 2, negative 1, 4, 3. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So we just use AD minus with BC. So 2 times 3 minus negative 1 times with 4. Be extra careful with the sign. Okay, so 2 times 3 minus 4 times with negative 1. Okay, so 2 times 3, so this is 6. Negative 4, negative 1, so this is positive 4. So 6 plus 4, which is equal to 10. Okay, so now M12, I'll give you 1 minute for you to try to calculate the minor M12. So deleting which row, which column, and then take the determinant of it. 1 minit cukup ke? Ke nak bagi 2 minit? Boleh lah, saya bagi try. 2 minutes. Give it a go. Dua minit lah, dia nak tekan calculator tu lagi lama. Apa? Oh, dah dapat lah jawapan. Oh, sorry. Tengah tulis sekejap. Saya takut saya terlupa UPS minggu depan. Okay, next. Right, so deleting. First row, second column. So 3, 2, 1, 3. So you're going to take AD minus with BC. So it will be 3 times 3. And then minus with 2 times 1. So 9 minus 2 which is exactly equal to 7. So correct. Tahniah untuk semua orang yang berjaya jawab tu. So bolehlah awak sini tahniah untuk diri sendiri. Okay, next. Okay, so now let's proceed cofactor. How are we going to calculate the cofactor? Okay, C11. So that is negative 1 to the power of 1 plus 1 and 1, 1. Okay, so I'll give you one tips, okay? So basically if you have negative 1 to the power of even power, even, dia tak nak bagi saya susah. Negative 1 to the power of even power. So this one is positive 1. If you have negative 1 to the power of something that is odd, so this one will become negative 1. So ini satu tips lah kalau nak senang sikit. Okay, so now C11 is negative 1 to the power of 1 plus 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So 2 is even power. So I know this is positive 1. So positive 1 multiply with M11 is simply M11. Okay, so that means C11 is exactly equal to M11. So the cofactor C11 is equal to 4. Okay, let us try for C21. Okay, C21 is negative 1 to the power of 2 plus 1, which is 3. So that is odd. So this is negative 1. Multiply with M21. So M21 is 10. So negative 1 multiply with 10. That means this one is equal to negative 10. Okay, so again, I'll give you 1 minute. Try to calculate what is C12. So I already calculate C11, C21. You calculate the last one. What will be the answer for C12? 1 minute. Ya, aku ada orang nak guna kalkulator kan. Nuris Sofia, you are the first one. Tahniah. Tak macam tu. Tahniah. First one. Wah, so fast. Okay, tahniah. Okay, so C12. Okay, so that is negative 1 to the power of 1 plus 2, which is 3. So that is odd. Odd is negative 1. So this is negative 1 multiply with M12. So this one is negative 1 multiply with 7. So the answer will be negative 7. Kenapa negative 4? Salah copy. Negative 7. Ni salah copy lah ni. Seronok kan? Control D dah pikir tu. Tersalah pula. Okay. Ignore me. Right. So now the answer is negative 7. Very good. Next. Let us proceed to the next one. Okay, so given that A is 2, negative 4, negative 2, negative 2, 0, 4, 4, 3, negative 3. Fine. Okay, so the first one you have to know what is M12 and C12. And then the second one, they want you to calculate the minor M23 and cofactor C23. Okay, so for this one, I'll give you around 3 minutes for you to try to calculate first, and then we are going to compare our answer. Can you? 3 minutes starting from now. So until 8:29. Tak timer lah, best sikit. Jangan aku yang terkejut sudah hari ni. Saya kira budak ni tak melompat, aku yang melompat dengan bunyi timer. Siapa je lah. Oh, ada yang dah dapat jawapan dah. Okay. Ada lagi 26 saat. Dan Miss Cik laju. Set. Kita bagi kawan-kawan yang apa? Yang baru nak memahami formula ke apa kan. Kita bagi masa sikit untuk dia. Tapi laju juga you guys Seronok pula aku saja dah kena laju. Tengok. Kena kata sendiri yang terkejut. Okay, done. Right, so now M12, so that is the minor, the determinant after deleting the first row and second column. Okay, so delete first row, second column. So we have -2, 4, 4, -3. -2, 4, 4, -3. And then of course AD minus with BC, A times D minus B times C. So -2 times with -3 minus 4 times 4. Okay, so -2 times with -3, this is 6. And then 4 times with 4, this is 16. So we have 6 minus with 16, which will give us -10. Okay, so done with M12. So now to calculate C12. So the formula is -1 to the power of 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is an odd number. So this is -1. M12. So M12 is -10. So we have -1 multiply with -10. So this is -1 multiply with -10. So the answer for this is simply 10. Okay, next. M23. So, sekejap. Saya pakai eraser sikit. Okay, so M23, deleting second row, third column. Okay, so second row, third column. Okay, so delete. What do you have? So 2, -4, 4, 3. So that means I have to calculate the determinant of 2, -4, 4, 3. And then AD minus with BC. So A times D, 2 times 3 minus 4 times -4. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times -4. So this is -16. So -16, which will give us the answer 22. And then you use the formula for the cofactor, -1 to the power of I plus j. So we have 2 plus 3 as the power. So this is an odd number again. So this is -1. So -1 multiply with M23, that is simply negative of M23. And the value for M23 is actually equal to 22. So this is -1 multiply with 22, which is -22. Okay, so hopefully everyone got them right. Kalau salah pun biasanya mungkin sebab dekat sini biasanya tak highlight betul-betul. So nasihat saya yang ini tulis guna pen, and then masa nak padam tu kita guna pensel lah, potong. Untuk orang yang selalu careless macam saya lah, saya selalu careless. Sebab tu biasanya saya akan buat satu persatu lah. Ada setengah orang dia tutup guna tangan, and tu pun okey. Tapi saya kalau saya tutup guna tangan, saya lupa tangan mana yang saya tutup. So normally for me, I have to write them down using a pen, and then I use pencil to delete whichever row and whichever column that I don't want. So that is my start. Up to you. Okay, next. So expansion of the cofactors. So like I told you before, you can expand any of the rows and any of the column. So you can choose any row, any column, you are going to get the same determinant. Okay, so for example, how to use this formula if I want to expand along the first row? Okay, so do notice that if A is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, and then A31, A32, A33. Okay, so this is a simple matrix A. So saya letak dalam entries lah. A11 until A33. Okay, first row. Where is the first row? Okay, let me change the color a little bit. Okay, first row is over here. So A11, A12, A13. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to replace the A over here with A11, A12 as well as A13. The summation simply means that you have to add everything together. So Aij, Cij plus another Aij, Cij plus another Aij, Cij. So that is what they mean by the summation symbol over there. Okay, so the first row, I'm going to write down the entries in my first row, which is A11, A12, as well as A13. And then what happened? Next one, you have to write down the cofactor. So the cofactor, you simply wrote down the same one over here, same number. Okay, so it will become C11, C12, C13. So the formula to calculate the determinant along the first row, expansion along the first row, it will be A11, C11, A12, C12, A13, C13. So this is basically when you want to expand along the first row. What if I want to choose the first column? Okay, so now let us refer to the A and see what is the value for the first column. Okay, the first column is this one over here. A11, A21, A31. So write down the formula using A11, A21, A31. Okay, so A11, A21, A31. And then you simply copy down the cofactor. Just simply use the same number for the C. So C11, C21, C31. So that is the formula for your determinant. If let's say I choose another one, the third column. So based on that A, you have to see where is the third column. Okay, third column. 1, 2, 3. Third column is over here. Okay, so this is third column. Just in case you don't remember this. Okay, so third column. A13, A23, A33. So write down the formula, determinant of A13, A23, A33. So that is the formula for A. And then C, you simply copy down the same A tu, cuma bezanya huruf dia kita tukar kepada C. So C13, C23, C33. Okay, so why do we need to learn about this? That is basically for determinant, you can have different types of questions. Some question ask for expansion along the first row. Some question ask for the second column. Some question ask for the third column or third row. So you have to know how to use the expansion of cofactor for different row and different column as well. So row 1 macam mana nak buat, row 2 macam mana, row 3 macam mana, column 1 macam mana, column 2 macam mana, column 3 macam mana. Okay, so I'm sure if you know how to use this formula, it will be okay. Whatever formula that you, whatever question that you get, it will be okay. Okay, next. Right, so let A be 3, -1, 4, 1, -2, 7, 5, -1, 10. Find determinant of A by expanding along second row. Okay, so this one they ask specifically, we have to use the second row. Okay, so where is the second row? Okay, the second row is over here. Or if you want to use the formula, okay. If you want to write down the formula first, so A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay, expand along the second row. So that means I'm going to use the formula for this one. A21, A22, A23. So we are going to write down the formula first. Okay, so write down the formula first. A21, A22, A23. And then copy down the cofactors C, C21, C22, C23. Okay, so once you're done with that, and then what we are going to do next is that we are going to find out what is the minor for each of them. Okay, so Cij is equal to negative 1 to the power of I plus j Mij. Okay, so that means C21 is negative 1 to the power of 3 M21. So that is how I get negative M21. Should I write down over here? Okay, negative 1 to the power of 3 M21. Okay, and then of course C22, so this is negative 1 to the power of 4 M22, so that is why you still get M22. C23, so that is negative 1 to the power of 5 M23. So negative 1 to the power of odd, that is how you get negative M21. So from cofactor, I change it to minor. And then from the minor, we are going to refer to the formula for the minor to calculate M21, M22, M23. Okay, so now what is M21? M21 is the determinant after deleting the second row, first column. Okay, so I have to write down the determinant form first. Okay, so A21, the value over here is 1. Okay, so A21, the value is 1. And then after you delete second row, deleting second row, first column, you are going to get negative 1, 4, negative 1, 10. So we have to take that determinant. Be extra careful over here. You should use the straight line. Jangan pakai kotak mesti kena pakai straight line because I'm taking the determinant of them. Sebab saya nak kira determinant tau. So pastikan pakai garis, jangan pakai kotak biasa tu. Because minor is the determinant, right? Okay, and then A22, the value itself is negative 2. So negative 2 over here, this is A22. M22 is the determinant after deleting second row, second column. So we got 3, 4, 5, 10. And then, so I bring negative in front over here. A23 is 7. So this is negative 7 and then deleting. You delete second row, third column. So you are going to get 3, negative 1, 5, negative 1. Okay, and then for each of them, we have to take the determinant. So AD minus BC for each of them. So AD minus BC, AD minus BC, AD minus BC. Okay, so negative 1 multiply with negative 6 plus negative 2 multiply with 10 minus with 7 multiply with 2. And then the final answer of this is equal to negative 28. Okay. Are you guys okay so far? Okay. Should I explain again? Do I need to explain this again? Should I? Okay. Kalau rasa macam nak minta explain lagi sekali, tak payah rasakan, tulis je. Tapi kena tulis lah. Nak cakap tak dengar. So kena tulis lah. Kalau nak minta explain lagi sekali, bagi tahu. Okay, so now let us go to the second one. The second one, you have to find the determinant by expanding along the first column. Okay, so again, if you want to know the formula, just simply write down the A first. So A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay, so where is the first column? The first column is this element. So I'm going to use the formula involving A11, A21 as well as A31. Okay, so determinant of A. Right, so we have A11, A21, A31, and then C11, C21, C31. Okay, so from C to go to M, cofactor to minor, we have to use the formula. So Cij is equal to -1, I plus J, Mij. Okay, so C11, so that means over here we have -1 to the power of 2, M11, and then C21, this is -1 to the power of 3, M21, C31, that is -1 to the power of 4, M31. Okay, so simplify them a little bit. So we have A11 multiply with M11, A21 multiply with the negative of M21 plus M31, A31, M31. Okay, so now we're going to substitute the value for the A, value for the M. Okay, the value for the A. So A11 is 3, A21 is 1, A33 is 5. And then what is M11? M11 is basically the determinant after you delete first row, first column. Okay, so delete first row, first column, delete. Kering atau kak. Okay, so delete. You are going to get 3 multiply with -2, 7, -1, 10. And then I bring this negative in front. So negative, A21 is 1. And then the determinant of -1, 4, -1, 10. And then plus with 5, -1, 4, -2, 7. And then of course for each of them, you guys are going to do AD minus with BC, AD times with BC, AD minus BC. Salah baca formula. AD minus BC. AD minus BC. Okay, so use the formula AD minus BC for each of them. So that will give you 3 times -13 minus 1 times -6 plus with 5. So the answer for this one will be similar to what we have earlier, which is -28. Because basically for determinant, you can choose to expand any of the rows, any of the column, and they will give you the same determinant, the same value. Okay, so now the reason why we have to know other than the question lah, selain daripada soalan tu minta kita kena guna mana-mana kolom ataupun system kolom atau row. Satu lagi kenapa kita kena tahu nak guna formula ni is because if you want to calculate your determinant faster, normally we are going to choose any row or any column that have 0 in it. So mana-mana kolom yang ada kosong biasanya yang tu yang kita pilih lah. Sebab tu biasanya kita tak hafal formula. Maksud saya tak hafal satu sajalah. Bukan untuk A11, A12, A13 je. Bukan expand along the first row je. Kita kena tahu macam mana nak expand first row, second row, third row, first column, second column, third column. So that kita ada banyak choices bila kita nak pilih untuk cari determinant tu. Sebab kadang-kadang mungkin guna step yang pertama lagi cepat. Ataupun guna kadang-kadang mungkin guna first row cepat sikit, kadang-kadang guna third column cepat lagi. Tapi biasanya kalau nak cepat, nak betul-betul cepat lah kan, cari row atau column yang banyak kosong. Yang tu memang cepat gila lah sebab semua A dia kosong je. Tak payah kira pun minor tu apa, sebab nanti darab memang akan dapat kosong. Kosong kali apa-apa pun kosong kan. So biasanya kita akan tengok lah, kalau kata elemen yang kita dapat A tu kosong, tenang lah. Faham ke? Tak tahu lah. Tak apalah, nanti kalau tak faham bagi tahu lah. Kadang-kadang rasa macam sembang seorang. Okay, next. Right, so now this is the last part, which is the properties of determinant. Okay, so in your note, they give you quite a lot of properties, right? So you can look at them, but actually in our syllabus, we have to know these 4 properties of determinant. Okay, so the first one, if let's say you have a constant and then you multiply with a matrix, right? So for example, 2A, right? A is a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, so let's say you have 2A and A is a 3 by 3 matrix. So if let's say you want to calculate the determinant of 2A, so this is actually equal to 2 to the power of 3 and then multiply with determinant of A. So this is the property. Okay, so this is what they mean over here. If you have a constant multiply with the matrix, then it will be K to the power of n, where n is the order of the matrix. So in this case, I have a 3 by 3 matrix. So the order is 3 by 3. So it's supposed to be 2 to the power of 3 times with determinant of A. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one, if let's say you have a square matrix, then determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A multiply with determinant of B. So yang ini boleh tengok example 1 tadi lah. Boleh cuba. You already find out the value for determinant of A, right? So find out determinant of B. And then you can easily get the determinant of AB when you do multiplication between determinant of A and determinant of B. So bila kita darab dua tu, kita boleh dapat lah proof benda ni. Okay, so now this is the second one, but you have to be careful. Both A and B need to be square matrix. Okay, the third one, if you have A transpose, you transpose that matrix and you want to calculate its determinant. So it will be similar if you calculate the determinant of A first, and that determinant of A is actually equal to determinant of A transpose. Maksudnya kalau kata kita transpose matrix tu, determinant doesn't change. The determinant won't change if you transpose the matrix. Okay, so that is the third one. The fourth one, if let's say you are doing interchanging rows or interchanging column, what does interchanging mean? Okay, so for example, if let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, for example, something like this, right? Okay, so I want to take the determinant of this. Okay, so this is equal to the negative of, okay, so if let's say I interchange first row and second row, so this is 4, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 7, 9. So if I interchange between the rows, I have to write down the negative. So kalau ada interchanging row, kita akan ambil negatif. Okay, interchanging column. So katakanlah tukar daripada second row and third row. Second column and third column. So this is negative of 1, 4, 7, 3, 5, 9 and then 2, 6, 8. So you have to times with negative. Okay. So itu je lah apa maksud dia interchanging two rows or two column. So you interchange. Interchange tu mesti semua elemen berubah. Dia tak boleh satu nombor saja. Dia semua. That certain row or that certain column. Mesti semua yang dalam row atau dalam column tu berubah. Dia tak boleh satu elemen saja nak ubah and then awak kata interchanging. Tak boleh lah. Dia mesti interchanging between two rows or two column. Okay, so now I think I'm done with these properties. So that's it, I think, for today. Okay, so what have you learned so far? You have learned about how to calculate the determinant for a 2 by 2 as well as a 3 by 3. For determinant for a 2 by 2, that is quite straightforward. The formula is just AD minus with BC. But for a 3 by 3, you have to do a few steps. So the first one, you have to know how to calculate the minor first. Second, how to calculate the cofactor. And then you have to use the formula for expansion of cofactor or expansion of cofactors or cofactor expansions. Mana-mana je lah. Tapi kiranya ada 3 benda. Kalau untuk 3 by 3, you have 3 things. Minor, cofactor, and then cofactor expansion. 3 things. And then you have to know about the properties of determinant as well. So I think that's it for today. So we are going to proceed with our tutorial later on. And then For next week, we are going to do 4.3, which is inverse matrix, and then 4.4, which is solving system linear equation with 3 variable. Okay, so that's all. I'll see you guys later on. Thank you, class. Bye-bye.